You're watching ABC10 Plus Tonight.
Hello everyone, I'm Chris Thomas. You're watching ABC10 Plus Tonight. Cold, rainy days are expected. We have team coverage of the weather impacts to keep on your radar. And we're learning more about how a research team at the University of the Pacific is looking to change the way we battle the fentanyl crisis. ABC10 Plus Tonight starts now. Tonight, the heavy rain is leading to dangerous conditions in areas of the valley and foothills, causing flooding and in one community, a sinkhole of more than 10 feet.
ABC 10's Roxanne Elias joins us live, braving the elements for us from Slough House on Kiefer Boulevard, an area known for flooding. Roxanne, it appears to be pouring where you are. What impacts are you seeing right now?
It is, Laura, and we are here right by Jackson Road, where officials have officially shut down the road because of flooding due to all this rain. You can actually see here behind me where Deer Creek is going over the road and kind of just flooding all sorts of the community here. We've actually seen a lot of drivers try to get through here, most of them just going a couple hundred feet and then turning around and trying to take a different way around this. Now, earlier today, we were in a different community near Placerville where a sinkhole is causing major concern. Chief Eddie Dwyer, the fire chief for the Mosquito Fire Protection District, says crews stumbled upon it when returning from an emergency call on Gravel Road on Monday. Orange cones were placed around the sinkhole. That's about 10 feet wide and 10 feet deep. After inspecting it, it is believed to have been caused after the drainage pipe was clogged and water made its way underneath the road. Dwyer says the sinkhole also grew overnight with more rain and says right now there's no way to see how much damage has been done under the road.
I'm greatly concerned about committing fire engines over here and have them sink and completely block any type of access. So this is a one-way in, one-way out roadway. So it does cause considerable issues for our response capability to the residents beyond this point.
The fire chief says he plans to speak with residents in the next few days and try to find a solution for repairing this since it is a privately owned road. Now back out here live, as we've said, we saw multiple people try to go down this road. A nearby neighbor says almost every year he sees someone have to be saved, and he says it's just not worth it because it can prove very dangerous. He says it's just best to take a different route around and make it home safely. I'm live in Slough House. Roxanne Elias, ABC 10.
Yeah, Roxanne, some pretty dramatic images. We can't stress this enough. Turn around, don't drown. Everyone be safe out there. You too, Roxanne. Thank you. Here coming down in sheets right now over the studio. Rain and snow and everything in between has been falling on Interstate 80 today.
Yeah, there was at least one spin out of a semi early this morning. ABC 10's Luke Clary is live at Kingvale tonight. And Luke, chain controls now in place, right?
Yeah, that's right, Chris, Laura, and earlier today we had some beautiful fluffy snow out here, but for the last several hours we've just been dealing with this cold, icy rain, creating slushy conditions on the roadways. It's a real handful for drivers and the Caltrans crews working to keep the interstate open. As the snow came down on I-80, drivers pull over to install chains and get their bearings.
Do whatever we have to do.
Jose Martin is hauling a payload from West Sacramento over the Sierra Mountains to Reno. In his 10 years as a trucker, he's developed his own rules of the road.
Keep focused. Don't tax. Don't pull. Focus in the road. Go slow, and you come home.
Throughout the day, dozens of truckers pulling over to install chains, at times causing traffic backups. Caltrans crews out in force, keeping the highway open at all times their main priority, according to District 3 spokesman John O'Connell. We have seen Caltrans snowplows out and about on the roads. We see people like yourself in that bright, high visibility jacket. What are your crews doing right now?
They're out plowing the roads, keeping them clear, and grading grading off the snow as well. Keeping I-80 as clear as possible.
He said there was a semi-truck spin out at around 9 o'clock in the morning. Thankfully, no injuries reported, and traffic was moving again pretty quickly. While he's on the job, Jose Martin says he thinks about his loved ones at home.
I have a family. Everybody have a family. So everybody want to come home safely.
And so while it seems like for now traffic is moving pretty smoothly, things can change quickly. Caltrans said you should bring things in your vehicle just in case there is a stop in traffic. Things like a full bottle of water, some snacks, blankets, and make sure that all of your electronic devices are fully charged. Reporting live in Kingvale, Luke Clary, ABC 10.
Good information, Luke. You be safe out there as well. Thank you. I want to show you a look at the snow coming down at Palisades, Tahoe today. Listen to this. We're told Sugar Bowl actually closed early today, and that was due to a resort-wide power outage, but they do plan to reopen tomorrow. So let's bring in Monica because, it is really coming down, the snow and the rain here in the valley.
That is so true. Driving in has been such a struggle. I know people are struggling to get home. Everyone's impacted by this, Monica.
I was just thinking, what would be the worst road to be on right now? And I think they're all bad.
Right?
Whether you're in the valley, up in the high country, it is just sheets of rain right now throughout the region. We've already received almost an inch of rain since midnight. You can see some of the higher totals over towards the Bay Area. 1.7 inches of rain for San Francisco. Santa Rosa closing in on almost 3 inches of rain for today. Nearly an inch for Sacramento, over an inch for Marysville, as well as Auburn. Placerville, we're at almost an inch where we have that sinkhole. You saw Roxanne pointing that out earlier. Here's a look at the line of precipitation. Again, a very distinct cold front moving through. Behind it, quick clearing, but ahead of it, it's the heavy rain and strong gusts. We also have that higher snow level still going on in the high country. This is all driven by that big low, kind of the conductor of this train of moisture coming in from the Pacific, and we'll get another storm heading our way. Today, we've got that sharp precipitation line and the cold front with our snow level lowering to 4,000 feet. The gusty winds over 45 miles per hour. As we head into our Thursday and Friday, we'll get our colder storm. Snow levels drop to near 3,000 feet, but less rain than the earlier storm. So this is the big one for the valley. By Thursday into Friday, we've got our winter storm watch back in the Sierra. So it's a brief break on Wednesday before we're right back at the action. This will give the water a little time to flush through the system. We're still looking at minor flood stage for the Sacramento River and the Russian River, especially upstream. We talked about that Fremont Weir overflowing into the Yolo bypass. So if you're headed over the Yolo bypass, you might see that water a little bit higher in the coming days. Highs for today warming into the 60s, 40s up top for the Sierra. But as that cold front presses through, we'll see a very different weather story tomorrow. Right now in the Big Mountain backyard, it is coming down. Temperatures holding in the 50s to near 60 at the Tahoe Basin. Starting to see some of the colder air working in. Our wind gusts also starting to slow down just a little bit. We're starting to see the back edge of this move through. So for tonight into the foothills, we'll continue to see those gusty winds at about 8 o'clock. And then everything starts to quiet down overnight tonight. That should take the pressure off of at least widespread power outages. As far as the rainfall, we're starting to see less of that in the forecast model guidance. We'll see about another inch or so coming our way into our Thursday storm system. It's going to be a bigger player for the Sierra, though. So our total snow, about 1 to 25 plus inches of snow still heading our way. Tomorrow's our break in the active weather. It's right back with us into our Thursday. It comes through a pretty quick moving system, actually, for the valley, but snow lingers into our Friday for the Sierra. And then we're on to some frosty conditions over the weekend. Highs for tomorrow in the 30s to near 40 up top, 50s down the hill. We're in the 50s across the coast. We're going to start off with patchy frost and fog throughout the valley. Highs will warm into the 50s. A look at our 5-day forecast. You can see we're basically looking at some drying coming into the forecast for the weekend after the rain Thursday into early Friday. Weather impact alert day. The only one I have on there right now is Thursday. After that, we get the dry weather for the weekend. Pretty good timing there. More rain possible late next week.
We'll need that time to dry out and clean up, huh, Monica?
Will.
It's messy out there.
Tonight, it could be a breakthrough in the opioid crisis. Researchers in Stockton have developed a new overdose reversal drug delivery system they believe can save lives. And it comes as thousands of Californians are dying or being hospitalized each year from opioid overdoses, with most cases involving the use of fentanyl. ABC 10's Becca Habegger reports from the lab at University of the Pacific.
We'll keep it like this.
Here in Professor Mamoun Al-Hamadsheh's lab at University of the Pacific's Thomas J. Long School of Pharmacy, researchers have discovered what they believe could be pivotal in the nation's opioid crisis.
We believe this is a scientific breakthrough in the field of drug delivery.
You've probably heard of Narcan, the life-saving nasal spray that can be administered to someone unconscious from an opioid overdose and almost instantly reverse the overdose. The active ingredient in Narcan is called naloxone.
We are repurposing, we are empowering naloxone.
Professor Al-Hamadsheh and his team have developed a new way of delivering naloxone to the body, an injection that deposits several days' worth of naloxone just under the skin, which sprinkles itself throughout the body over the course of a week.
At least a week. I mean, that's the exciting thing we've seen. I mean, if you look at the typical Narcan, which is basically the one that you find over the counter in some pharmacies, they stay in the body for maximum a couple of hours.
Fentanyl and other potent opioids can stay in the body for several hours, he says, outlasting the overdose reversal power of one Narcan dose. He says this long-acting naloxone delivery system called HD5 can be used to reverse an overdose or prevent someone from overdosing.
This is crucial for mass casualty situation.
For example, he says a U.S. soldier entering hostile territory could take the drug to protect against an opioid-based chemical weapon for an entire week with just one injection. The team's discovery, which has only been tested on animals so far, though with promising results, was published last month in the prestigious journal Nature Communications.
I'm very proud of the impact that this could have.
Hala Alderwood is a postdoctoral research fellow here in Professor Al-Hamadsheh's lab and first author of the study. She says the drug delivery system, if eventually FDA approved for humans, as they hope, could help save the lives of teens who accidentally overdose on fentanyl.
They take pills that they didn't know it's fentanyl, but sadly it's laced with fentanyl. So they die and they didn't know they are taking fentanyl.
Public health officials say illicit drug dealers are adding fentanyl into pills and products that don't normally contain opioids to make them more addictive. As for the future, the team hopes this long-acting drug delivery system could be used for other drugs as well, including insulin for diabetes patients, cancer drugs, and more. In Stockton, Becca Habegger, ABC 10.
And the professor tells us the work has been funded with a $2 million grant from the National Institutes of Health. We asked if the team is worried that the money could dry up, given the Trump administration's attempts to freeze and cut federal funding. The professor tells us that because their work is targeting the opioid crisis, something President Trump has cited as a major concern, he is confident their funding will continue and hopefully grow.
And 10 on your side, a viewer spent months fighting to get her money back from AT&T for a service she never used. 10 on your side got results in a matter of hours.
I just want to thank you over and over again. You got my money back. It's over $500, and I couldn't do it. I would have had to get an attorney.
Melody Kasich tells 10 on your side stopping by an AT&T kiosk inside her neighborhood store led to an unforgettable and costly experience.
They said they could save me money. And so I normally don't even talk to people like that, but this time I did.
She admits the deal from AT&T was intriguing.
Supposedly, I was signed up for auto pay, and I was going to get a cell phone and my internet bundled. Because I'm old school, I asked them for the paperwork. And they go, oh no, don't worry about it, it's all on your phone.
So Melody left the store with no confirmation number or official documentation.
Within 2 days, I got not only one phone, but 2 phones. And so because I was overwhelmed, I actually sent them back. Didn't open the packages, sent them back.
She started getting monthly bills for more than $100, even as they acknowledged zero usage on the statements. She says she called AT&T, but they would always ask for a passcode.
I said, I don't have one. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. And they said, well, we can't talk to you. We can't verify who you are.
So then she went to an AT&T store to speak directly to a manager.
And he couldn't do it. And I thought, because I'd heard and watched you and seen you 10 on our side, and I thought, might as well.
10 on Your Side contacted AT&T immediately. Melody had spent months trying to get her money back, and we got results within 24 hours.
It was less than that. You called me at 8 o'clock. The next morning at 10, it was done. And I can't thank you enough. I mean it.
AT&T released this statement saying, in part, our goal is to resolve customer concerns quickly. And unfortunately, in this instance, we fell short of our standards. For that, we apologized to the customer and resolved her concerns. Do you have a problem and don't know where else to turn? ABC10 is here to help. Email me at onyourside@abc10.com.
Well, negotiations between the U.S. and China could start soon, according to the White House.
Beijing was quick to respond after President Trump's tariffs on goods coming from China that went into effect overnight. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
China and the U.S. going head-to-head on trade, with Chinese leader Xi Jinping imposing tariffs against the U.S. just minutes after President Trump's tariffs went into effect on Chinese goods.
The president made it very clear with the 10% tariff on China that he is not going to allow China to continue to source and distribute deadly fentanyl into our country. That was the reason for this tariff.
The Ministry of Commerce saying they hoped the U.S. would handle its own fentanyl and other issues objectively and rationally instead of with tariffs. Beijing implementing tariffs of their own on American goods, including coal, liquefied natural gas, crude oil, agriculture machinery, and pickup trucks, also restricting the export of critical minerals used to produce high-tech products. Trump's tariffs on China could mean Americans will shell out more cash on popular Chinese-based sites like Temu and Shein that ship products directly to consumers.
Will Americans change their buying habits and buy less online? It's a way of life now for so many of us. And in order to offset those higher costs, those consumers, those retailers may indeed pass those costs on to us.
Trump and China's leader expected to speak on the phone soon. And it's likely Trump will continue using tariffs as leverage, signaling the European Union could be his next target.
Europe will safeguard its economic and national security. There are jobs, businesses, industries here and in the United States that rely on the transatlantic partnership.
Trump has paused his planned 25% tariffs against Canada and Mexico for a month, with both leaders promising to help curb illegal border crossings and stop the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. But it's unclear what a final deal with both countries would look like. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
So one of the biggest health concerns for your pet could be hiding in their gums.
That's right. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association, by the age of 3, most dogs and cats show signs of dental disease, which can actually lead to more serious health issues if it's left untreated. So ABC 10's Marcus Allen is in Orangevale this morning, where a local veterinarian has what pet owners need to know. Hey, Mark.
Hey, just hanging out with Harley here. Dr. Jill said Harley doesn't like the early morning. Like, what has Harley got to do other than this? Late night? What's the issue with Harley?
He likes to sleep.
Okay, yeah. Who doesn't? Who among us? I don't know if you can see over there. That's Tulip kind of hiding now behind the camera. Camera guy Don wants nothing to do with Tulip, which is so sad because Tulip is in love with camera guy Don. More on that in a little bit. Yeah, we want to save our pets. I'm going to tell you something right now that I learned during the commercial break that will truly save your pet's life. You probably do want to brush your pet's teeth. You probably see us talking about it. You run to the cupboard and you grab People toothpaste and
big no.
Why?
No human toothpaste, because it has xylitol in it, which is toxic to pets, and saccharin, and you want to keep People toothpaste away from dogs and cats.
But all the stuff that we do use as people, whether it be floss or toothbrushes, that's available for pets. And you know, it might be daunting to brush your pet's teeth with a conventional looking toothbrush, which is why these things come into play. Talk about what's going on there and why they're so useful.
awesome. They go right over your finger. And they're soft, so the pet doesn't feel like you're in their mouth with these heavy-duty toothbrushes. Look how squishy that is. And you can put the toothpaste right on them. They come in different sizes and shapes. I also really like these products that spray on the mouth.
Yeah, we always talk about probiotics for people and belly health, but there's probiotics for dogs and specifically their teeth care.
Yeah, this is a new product that's out that has a probiotic in it that helps wear the dental tartar down. So it's really great. It's a brand new dental product out, but we have lots of other ones. There's powders. I like the ozone oil. Of course, you know I'm an ozone enthusiast. You can rub that on their gums to take the bacteria down.
Doc, let's talk about what's going on here. Every time I see that, whether it's in a pet or on your display, it bothers me.
Isn't that gross? That's exactly what happens. Their teeth get diseased. They get bacteria up underneath the gum line. See that red gum line? It should look like that. And when it gets in underneath there, it can go right to the circulatory system. The bacteria has an affinity for the heart valves, and they can get heart problems.
Got it. And we're talking dogs. And look, Tux has come out. Tux right back there. We're talking about cats as well. Oh, sorry, Tux. Are we boring you? We've lost Tux. And you said if you own rabbits have the worst teeth ever. Who knew?
They have some pretty bad teeth. They sometimes require trimming, not so much brushing. It's hard to get in there. They're missing teeth. They have molars, and then there's a space, and then they have their incisors. But the incisors continually grow.
I want to talk about what's going on this wall over here. Doc, if I could ask you, how do you feel about gambling in the dog community and gambling addiction in the dog community?
Well, it might be a problem. But don't gamble on your pet's dental care. It's really important.
Yeah, oh, hey, way to bring it back, Dr. Jill. That's great. So February is National Pet Dental Care Awareness Month, so do that. And by the way, if you don't and your pets need more serious dental work requiring anesthesia, it's the difference between $2,000 to $3,000.
Right. The anesthetic-free dental cleanings are great. You can start your pets out on them. They run about $300. Super cool way to get your pet's teeth cleaned up. Takes about probably 98% of the tartar off versus a dental cleaning under anesthesia. Those things can run $1,500, $2,500 with extractions and all that. You want to avoid all that. Stay away from that. Keep your pet's teeth clean. Feed them species-appropriate diets. That's also huge. Good chew toys, things of that nature.
There you go. Dr. Jill, always great. Yeah. By the way, she teaches vets all over the world, quite literally, and great to have you on today. I need a potty break, as does Harley. Back to you.
One quick question for you, Mark, and maybe for Dr. Jill. Those little dental bones you can buy from like Blue Buffalo or whatever, are those dental bones helpful with this?
That's a really great question. The dental bones that you can buy at most pet stores, good or bad?
Depends on which ones. I like to stay away from your rawhide and pig ear products. Those are really tough. But I like these. I actually like these because they're natural. Look for natural ones without sugar.
Look for natural without sugar, just like people. Back to you, but no toothpaste.
Thanks for watching ABC10 Plus Tonight. We are here 24/7 on the free ABC10 Plus TV streaming app. You can get your local news and weather anytime, anywhere. I'm Chris Thomas. We'll see you next time.
Trust isn't given, but earned. It's built every day by doing the hard work, putting in the hours, doing the research, holding the powerful accountable, and being there when you need us most. Working hard to earn your trust every day, every newscast, every story. Watch weeknights at 6 or stream live on ABC10 Plus.
Thanks for watching ABC10 Plus. And now that you're here, why don't we take a look around and see what else is here? The very first tile on your left is always going to be streaming 24/7. You can find us adjacent to that, breaking news if it's there. And then right next to that, a replay of the most recent newscast, whether it's ABC10 Morning News at 5, 6, or beyond, it's going to be there. The forecast beyond that, and then right beyond that, the news that matters the most. Now that you know the basic tiles, let's go up to the top and take a deeper dive into news. We have every single newscast that you would need, including To the Point with Alex Bell, taking a deeper dive into the issues. Beyond that, ABC10 Morning News at 5 and 6 and 11, the evening shows as well. Below that, you can watch the top stories from To the Point. Under that, Dollars and Cents, where you can learn how to navigate this challenging economy. And below that, you can watch our award-winning ABC10 Special Investigations, where we hold the powerful accountable. Going into weather, look, it's the 10-day forecast, getting you ready for the weekend and beyond. Beyond that, sports. I know you care about the Sacramento Kings. We have the most comprehensive guide to anything, everything Kings in the locker room and on the court. We have it. Below that, I know you care about the San Francisco 49ers. We can't mention Bay Sports without talking about the Oakland A's. We have that too. backing out again, come up to the top and join me on Verify. I'm super excited about this. Our experts are checking the facts, verifying the truth for you. Jump up now to shows. Very excited about this. Oh, look. It's Take a Look. This is my show. I love movies, and if you love movies or streaming shows, whether it's on screens this big, or this big, it's Take a Look. Recently went behind the scenes, sat down with Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix to talk about Joker 2. I love the movie, and oh, I just heard you shout you hate the movie. Jump in, we talk about it on this show. Other shows, Bartell's Backroads, go up and down the state of California, tank of gas getaways, one fuel cell getaway, like places like the Toy Museum. This is what kids did before they had screens. Over here, the Moaning Caverns of Calaveras County, one of the most coveted caves in all of California. You know, watching this show, I discovered there's a cave that could fit the entire Statue of Liberty in your own backyard. You'll find about that and more with Bartell's Backroads. Down below that, To the Point. It is one of my favorite newscasts because they talk about news with Alex Bell the way you talk about news. It's conversational but in-depth at the same time. Below that, Your California Life. Love this show. Whether it's entertainment, food, beverage, lifestyle, it's there. Desiree Shepherd hosts and does an amazing job. So there you have it. It's ABC10 Plus, the app. What do you need? We heard you and we got it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for streaming.